And breathe out. And one more inhale. Bringing in love and light and intention, holding that in your heart. And exhale out of the mouth. One more inhale. Hold it, hold it. Feeling so beautiful right now and alive and blessed to be a part of this. Exhale out any fear. Beautiful. Doesn't that feel good? Just that little, like taking a moment of breath. Pretty cool. All right, I think I can mute everybody. I'm gonna mute everybody and just unmute yourself when you're talking. I wanted to pull a card. This is from the Secret Manifestation cards. And someone pick a number between 1 and 10 and tell me the number.
8.
8. All right. I'll do it from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops, that's 7, 8. The 8th card says, leave the past behind you. If you focus on the difficulties from the past, you're just bringing more difficult circumstances to you now. If you hold a grudge or blame someone for something in the past, that negative energy harms you. Let it all go, no matter what it is. Do it for you and watch your life get better in every area. Okay.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Really? Oh, and why? Lydia, why? Tell me.
I don't know why, but I'm just thinking a lot about all that, and I think we all know that everything, comes from our mind, right? So all our past beliefs and biases and everything which hold us of our, dreams and just, only in our mind, but they come from the past.
Right.
From the past.
Right. Our stories, sometimes people telling you things. Who's got the cute dog? Is that you, Lydia?
Yes.
Fine, fine. I get it. Mine was barking crazy just a minute ago. But sometimes these stories from our childhood, they somehow stay inside of us and they're in our cells. And that's why having modalities to be able to work on that. We all have our things, right? I love seeing all you on this call. I just want to say I am so excited. I have to take a picture right now. Just smile.
Can I also tell that the book Secret was the first book which I have read in the United States. It was my
Oh,
first book read,
wow.
yeah, in the United States.
It's
So
so
it's like
beautiful.
I didn't work at that time. I was waiting for kids after school, and I remember, it was like beautiful weather, sunny day. I just lay on the bench near school and was reading this book, and it made a great difference in my life. That book,
Oh, I
a great difference.
beautiful, Lydia. Thank you for sharing that. And I agree with you. It was
Yeah.
one of the first things that when I started diving into personal growth and development years ago. So it's just beautiful. And guys, if you haven't seen the Secret movie, Um, it's on Netflix. I think it's still there. And it's something that's really good to watch every year, or every few times a year. I mean, don't put a limit on it. But if you haven't seen it, do. It'll shift your mindset. And that's one of the things when you shift your mindset, you shift your energy physically, mentally, emotionally, and really we are energy and things will come to you, I promise. So thank you, Lydia, for sharing that. Okay, guys, it is the end of the month. It is, global. We're going to get to global. I'm going to have your shares. I want everybody to share their shares that were there. For those that were not there, this will be great for you because you will be able to just get some of what we experienced, but it definitely experience. It was definitely an experiential event. I loved every moment of it. The welcome party that we threw for the new consultants and our teams for One Person Big Difference, I thought was one of the highlights for sure. And the speakers were absolutely incredible. I thought Rachel Pekarik knocked it out of the park. You know, and it spoke to me because as a leader, boy, do I need to get better. So anyway, I want to hear from first time newbies as well on this call this morning. I'm going to start with that because that's so important that we see you. We are so grateful for you that you came and that hopefully it was all that you wanted it to be. And hopefully you learned some things that you can actually apply. We do have an incentive, you know, don't think you can't be executive. They do a trip for everybody. They'll probably announce that either in July, I don't know, but they do that. But they also do every year an executive retreat. And you guys, we used to not have to qualify for that. Once we became an executive, we'd be able to go on an executive trip. But because the company is growing, this is a clear indication that, you know, we have to qualify too, and we have to be in the trenches still. I mean, I'm still recruiting and connecting. I was on my networking thing just a moment ago, and I had to get off early, but my women's networking. So it's important to be intentional each and every day to make connections with people, to get yourself out there. So with that, just keep in mind it's the end of the month. There is Michelle Voris posted in Telegram. If you're not in Telegram, let me know. Team Inspire Change Telegram, end of the month checklist. Save that, put it in your notes. And look and see what's important for the end of the month and where you are as a seller. How close are you to the next level? Do you want to, you know, if you're 100, 300, 400 away from that next level, you can do that. There's a lot of month left, right? Sean Johnson and her dad and myself, Sean's hosting a meeting tomorrow night. If you're here in the Phoenix area, my goodness, gets people there. Make that an intention today. And make calls and share with people this. If you need some help in that, reach out. We're all here to support and coach. I love doing that. Let's fill Sean's home. Yes, Sean, yes, I love that. Okay, so with that, one of my newbies, brand newbie to global and to a convention, raise your hand. Would you like to share? Tina?
Yes, I would love to share. I have to say, first and foremost, that I made great friendships, great friendships. My roommate was the bomb. I'm so happy that I met her.
Oh,
We had such a great connection. It's a lifelong connection that, you know, it's going to be forever and ever. We're going to be sisters. Christ definitely brought her into my life. I have to say that. I have to say, when I came on here today and seeing all these amazing faces and knowing who everybody was and actually being able to talk to them and hug them and just be introduced to all of them and then come on here and see everybody and be like, hey, how are you? I saw Cindy up there. She was dancing and she won her compass in the beginning of the show on Saturday. It was great seeing up there. I was rooting for her and meeting Sharon and all her knowledge, and it was awesome at lunch and just listening to everybody and gaining all of that knowledge from everybody, and everybody's energy was just so nourishing to me. It gave me such an energy for and an idea for what I want for myself and moving forward. Listening to everybody's messages and everybody's stories, just so heartwarming. And, you know, it made me feel like, you know, like stuff wasn't out of reach for me. And, you know, people have been through a lot of the same things that I've been through in my life. And it was so inspiring. And I feel extremely blessed and honored to have been among so many great people.
perfect.
So that's where I'm coming.
Tina,
So.
is there a particular business tip that you took away from this? Everybody think about that. I'd love for you to share that. That's
Um,
beautiful.
the the particular business tip that I think I took away from this was to, just keep going no matter what, and every day do something. And, no, when someone says no right now, it's not necessarily a no forever. Because I heard a lot of people say that they said no in the beginning, but then people were coming back to them later. And as long as you take baby steps, and that's something that in my career that I've always, I told people, in therapy and all of those things, it's about taking that one step every day, that eventually turns into 10 steps, that eventually turns into 20 steps. And then you can look back and say, well, I might have took a step backwards, but you're still 10, 20 steps ahead of that one step you took back, or 3 steps that you took back. So there's always room for improvement. And, as long as you're taking steps every day, you're going to continue to grow, and you're going to continue to manifest good things. And so for me, that was a big thing.
Beautiful, Tina. Thank you for that share. So let's just go to your roommate, and then I'm going to go to Billy and Tammy next. And then Desi. I'm just going down my screen, who I'm seeing.
Good morning, everybody. I had a really great time at a convention. I love the vibe. I feel like family from the get-go. Everybody's so welcoming. I was there before, for the ones that didn't know, 5 years ago, and I felt the same way. It's just my issue was not being able to talk to people outside the convention, and I didn't proceed. But now I feel like I'm a little bit better than last time. Not quite there yet, but I want to try it again. And the one thing that I got from the convention is that hold on, I had it in my head. Oh gosh, what was it? This is one of my issues, that I forget what I wanted to say. Anyway, everything was great. I'm not giving up. I'm here. I'm trying against my fears, against my lack of knowledge, against my, I know I can be somewhere, even though my body's telling me I'm freaking out and I don't know how to do it. But I just got a lot of fuel in my body right now from all these wonderful people and all their tips and knowledge. So hopefully this time we can get, take running with this. That's what I want to go.
I love that, Marissa. Thank you so much. Yeah,
You-
that's good. Okay, Billy and Tammy.
Now you,
So I'll start, since it was my first Life Vantage event. I know Tammy's been to one. And Marissa, who just spoke, you're one of my favorite things that I took away from the whole event, because
Thank you.
I know that you're going to be successful at this. You're actually part of a networking group that I started 13 years ago. And I think that you have the skills and the right energy for this, and the right entrepreneurial spirit. The biggest lesson that I got, Marisa, the biggest lesson that I got out of all of this was the Tyler Daniels presentation. Focusing on the business opportunity. The number one benefit of this company, to me, is the fact that they have such a great compensation plan, and that it's structured in a way that far exceeds any other multi-level marketing, network marketing, referral marketing company that I've ever seen. They really have created a structure to help people move ahead forward quickly, and then also create sustainable income for themselves for a long period of time. And when someone has an entrepreneurial spirit, they're going to find success with this. So out of this convention, I feel like taking the Tyler Daniels approach for me is going to be like focusing on those that are already in an entrepreneurial space, like Marissa, like in your BNI team, like with the company that you have, and the ability to speak and present yourself, and the desire to want to have a better life for your family and have better income. And that actually will get more customers in the long run anyway. Because what happens is when I focus on the product, there's only so many people that will respond to, I want to get healthy. But when I focus on how do I want to have a better life for my future and my financial future, and then those people of influence can influence those with better health. And then there was a line that he used. He said, so many people want to go get healthy, but they can't afford to get off the couch. And I think about all the things that people spend their money on, And if they were to look at this as a business opportunity and not as an expense, this is something that can absolutely change their life going forward. And when I look at what's happening with our economy and the way things are shifting in the world as far as how things are communicated, whether it's through social media or however we want to sell things, to me, this is such an essential way to make really genuine, heartfelt connections to helping people heal. And so I would love to focus on other health and wellness professionals that are in the entrepreneurial space, hairdressers, estheticians, chiropractors, all those people that are already looking to have a better life for themselves and they're looking to make people healthy, talking to them about the business opportunity here before I even talk about the product. I could be selling belts and it wouldn't matter. It's such a great opportunity for someone to move forward and make money with the structure that's there. So Tyler Daniels is that training was the best, and meeting Marissa at that lunch. So thank you for setting up our little lunch. And Cindy, I know you're going to be successful out there in Mesa as well. I'm so excited for you guys and everybody that I met out there. So I'm looking forward to working with people in Arizona, and I know Tammy is going to be, doing all kinds of different things and events. And I'm going down to Mexico, and I'm going to be working with Marissa as far as my Spanish and helping people down there and seeing what we can do down there too. So I'm really excited.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Looking forward to that.
What a fantastic share. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Now, everybody, so this call is going to go a little bit longer, but I want you to be concise. Everyone's doing great, but just keep that in mind so that everybody can have a chance. And I know like Angel has a hard stop at 9, so I'm going to get Angel on right now. If you are still there, Angel, are you able to share? Show your face next time you're able to. There you are.
Yes.
Okay. I know that you got a hard stop, so I wanted to get you on really quick.
Oh, good. And I will be concise.
And I got to do a drawing today. Just FYI, I'm going to do that at the end of the call. If you registered for both Global Momentum Academy in October in Dallas and the free virtual, and I know Canada doesn't do that, but register for the free virtual right now in Canada. You'll still be put in the pot. I'm going to put everybody in here. I'm going to say the names out loud so I don't forget anybody. There might be a little glitch in the system technologically, so I'm keeping that in consideration. And I'll still add your name here because I trust you, Mia, my sister. And anyway, so just want to throw that out really quick. So Angel, go ahead, take it away. And put your stuff, what you guys, if you registered for both events, it's the the Momentum in Dallas and the virtual free, and then you're going to be in a pool to win a free Tiger's Blood Axio. Okay, Angel. I can't hear you, Angel. Where'd she go? Did we lose her? Oh, she was having trouble with internet. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully she'll come back in. So with that, I'm going to go to Desi. Desi, you're over in my right corner. And then Cindy. And then Amy.
Yes.
And Kelly.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, Desi.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, well, it was so awesome. Like I pretty much I feel a lot of the same that a lot of you have already said. And I feel that I am where I'm like meant to be. And I really see like this grand picture. And yeah, it just has really filled my cup. And like I feel so fueled. And, definitely I love the community. That has been one of the biggest like wows for me, to see such a beautiful community at such a big level, because I've only been like in more intimate circles and having that type of feeling of sisterhood and community and people that want to support you and just positivity. And yeah, it was really eye-opening and like I feel like in a way life-changing, because you don't see life the same after you're being so inspired by so many different people and connecting with people and have like making these friendships that are coming along with you. It's like, where else can you actually experience that? I have never experienced that before. So this is like unlike anything. And I'm just really excited for the future. And the business tip that I really got was stay consistent, touch your business every day, focus more on the business aspect as well. If you really want to grow, like if you have those big dreams, like those are the requirements. And like you have everything that you need to be successful at this. Is literally just a skill. The more you practice it, the more you do it, the more confident you feel. Like people are just, if you exude this same energy every single day,
Mm,
it's magnetic
mm,
and it's magnetizing. People want what you have.
mm.
So it's like, do what you need to do to keep this spark alive, at least until the next convention. And like, highly suggest, like, I'm going, like, I already signed up for both. Like, I'm going and I want to bring people with me because this is something that people really want and something that I've always desired. And I'm just grateful that I'm here.
Oh, I'm so grateful, Desi. That was a beautiful share. Thank you so much. Bravo. Not a word wasted. Cindy, doing the spinning of the 360, one person. She came to play and learn. And that's fun. We want to have fun, make money, make a difference. So, Cindy, your first.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a lot of fun, a lot of energy. The vibes were very high. As a matter of fact, the pounding was so high that my Fitbit had my heart rate going at 200. It was
Wow.
it was following, I was like following the beats on my Fitbit. Anyway. So I thought that was funny. I
That's
had to
funny.
check out, make sure I was having a heart attack. Um, But my takeaways really were kind of even just what Desi said. I mean, the staying consistent and be touching your business every day. I really enjoyed our keynote speaker. Cannot remember her name, but
Kelly Gurish.
Kelly. I thought it
Ready.
was Kelly, but I'm so bad at names.
Girardi. Kelly.
But
Kelly.
she was fantastic. And I mean, I loved that she said at one point, I failed more times than you tried. And I thought that was just very impactful because it's like, yeah, you're going to fail before you make it. I really appreciated Tanya's presentation because that was really real of, kind of being in, knowing that it can take time but over time you can make it and you can, we can do this. So, and I loved the opportunity to go up on stage and win a prize. So that was fun.
Awesome.
And that was really, it's like the secret, and you all talk about it, like my husband was with me and he was like, let's go get a cup of coffee. And I said, no, I'm dancing in the halls because I'm getting up on stage. They're going to pick me. And they did.
You
So,
see, that's the law of attraction. That's the secret. It
yep.
is changing your physiology. I keep on my door a Tony Robbins. Now I am the voice. I will lead, not follow. I will believe, not doubt. I will create, not destroy. I am a force for good. I am a leader. Defy the odds, set a new standard, step up, step up, step up. And it's that state, right? He talks about that state. If you haven't ever done a Tony Robbins UPW, do it. It was life changing for me. And that getting that grounded energy, it just changes. So, Cindy, way to go. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
You
And
got to put it out there to get it.
little steps every day will that's what I think sharing with Desi. It's little tiny nuggets, whether it's GoPro Insider that you're listening to with Eric Worre, being just something every day that fills the brain up, the personal growth and development, part of the DMO. Okay. I'm throwing this in here, you guys, that DMO, the DMO training in onepersonbigdifference.com training website. Is really important. It shows you what you can do each and every day. The outreaches, the connections, social media connections, commenting, all of those things, those little things help you. Everything works together, right? It all works together. So thank you for that. Amy Snyder, you're now on my right. I know, Kelly, I'm going to go to you. I keep going down the next line. Then Lydia, you're next. Golden tip for something that, really stood out and just your feelings about global.
Oh, it, it was so amazing. And So thankful that I got to go and meet a bunch of people that I see on the screen, but it's so nice to meet them in person. A couple things that I wrote down. Don't refuse to give up on the dream in our hearts. That was from Kelly Girardi.
Mm.
You don't attract what you want, you attract what you believe. So believe, you got to get that belief in your heart. And you don't need hours, you just need a decision to do this business.
Ooh.
And an aha that I had, I don't remember who was speaking. I have it in my notes, but I mean, the whole thing, people said show up at events, and that's great. I know you need to do that. I did that in my other business, but for me, I feel like I don't want to just show up. I want to build this business, because I showed up in my last company at conventions, but I never went home and built it. So I'm building this business.
Amy, that to me is one of the biggest tips I have gotten from this entire convention. And this is why these calls are so important, because don't just show up, build. This is where we're talking learn and do, learn and do. So Amy, thank you. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and we have Thailand, the executive trip. We'll get there. Kelly's doing her first launch. And she created her own shareable and she posted it in the Arizona LV WhatsApp meetings group. And I canceled my eyelash appointment for this meeting to show up.
Well, and as on my walk this morning with the dogs, I was going through more and more people that I'm going to invite. And that is one thing that I've always struggled with, is being shy, surprisingly. I know after you guys met me this week, maybe you didn't think that. But shy about sharing. And so that's one thing I wrote down and just looked at. Here I am going again, getting emotional. Activate your voice. Have courage. That was a big one for me in particular. One of these times I won't cry when I speak to you all. And lead with love, that it has to come from your heart. Otherwise it won't land and you'll never get somebody to buy into what you do. So you have to believe in what you're sharing. And again, if it doesn't land the first time, keep checking in. Remember the details of what somebody tells you is really what their need is. So it's listening, learn how to listen. The other thing, actually, Brandon and I kind of we're making jokes about it, saying we should play a drinking game about how many times they said consistency. But that landed with me so hard because I am not consistent, especially in social media. And that's really where I want to go, is with the social media aspect of things. So that's really my drive, is to be more consistent this time. And then lastly, the culture. Just this company has so much heart, each and every individual. And I was talking with Sean Johnson and another gentleman, his name is Matt, toward the end of the convention, like when everybody was leaving. And he made note that the culture of LifeVantage stays intact. And when you come in for the wrong reasons, it naturally pushes you out. So it will. He was saying that the people that come in with the wrong intentions kind of just see themselves to the door, which I've worked with other companies before, and just the culture of it really turned me off to what they were doing. So thank you all for being a part of that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kelly. Lydia.
Oh, okay, here I am.
Hi.
Oh, this is my cookie.
Oh, a Leah's dog. Leah, Dawn's dog.
Okay, go, baby, go. So yeah, it was truly amazing. Really, it was so amazing that I'm just so fired up to talk about this, like to literally everyone, to share my thoughts, my feelings. what I want to say that mostly all that knowledge of a human potential was known to me as a theory, but I was always fearful to put it into practice. I've been listening for years. My favorite, like John Dispenza, Louise Hay, Mel Robbins, Tony, lots of speakers and coaches. I've been, reading them, listening to them, and I know, I always knew it works. It all works. Like, human potential works. But I don't know why that past fears, and probably, I don't know, something from the childhood, I don't know, where it came from, that held me off of doing it. So probably global convention was that engine that was running me.
That's
Was
so
running me.
such a beautiful
It-
share.
and I understood, that they are right people, they are right products, right company, and oh God, I'm just deeply in my heart want to try.
Great.
And
So
now I understand I wasn't active. I wasn't proactive until now.
Mhm. So what will you do today that will take your business forward?
What did I do? I just I didn't have time yet to talk to many,
No, I
but
know, but what will you do
absolutely, yeah.
today?
I did some call to my friends, and reach out to my beautiful, like, friend from New Orleans, old lady, who I remember her. Once she told me, you should work on something on longevity. And I didn't understand her at that time. What is longevity? I'm young. I don't I don't want to think of of staying like beautiful until like 200 years. But now, yes. So I texted her, and we made a deal to talk today,
Oh, good.
and I want to
Okay.
share. I want to
Okay.
share with her.
Perfect,
Yeah.
Lydia. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Beautiful
so much.
share. I'm so excited for you. You've just got a
Thank you.
beautiful soul.
And thank you so
Jennifer,
much as well.
yeah, Jennifer Zaney, you're there. And this is your very first one. And then I'll go to Sharon because Sharon is the one who brought you in. And just share a little bit about what your thoughts are and a business takeaway. And you're muted, so you have to unmute.
Okay. Hi. Hear me?
Yes, and I'm listening to you. I just have to go grab a sticky pad to put extra names of the people who've registered for both events in the thing.
Yep,
I need
no
to add
worries.
some names. So I'm listening. I can hear you from the kitchen.
So yes, this was my first event. It was, again, like everyone says, very invigorating, positive, a lot of energy. It made you really understand the business better too. So I enjoyed that a lot. To be honest, I talked to Sharon about this on the drive home. I'm very impressed with the Amish, that whole Amish community that's involved as well. And that's where I think, well, God, I should be able to do this business
Wow.
with the access that I have compared to the limits that they have. So that was very impressing to me.
Really, really good tip.
Yeah, it was very, very impressive. I think I talked about that the whole time to Sharon. I'm like, I'm just very impressed with that. I'm very impressed with that. We haven't signed up. I haven't had a chance to sign up for Dallas and the virtual yet, so I'm going to be doing that. Sorry, Marissa. I had my list going. I didn't have time to think. I had to take my dog to the vet this morning. She had a mass on her neck, so I had to get that taken out. But I have a list and I have some ideas, and I'm very thankful for the network and the group of people that I've met. And I'm looking forward to build a business as well, even if it's little by little, day by day.
Beautiful.
So you're very energetic. We watch you hop around and do this and do that. So it's very good, positive. And that's
Thank you, Jennifer. That was really great. I appreciate your share and definitely you guys text me or put it in the chat that you're going to be on at both events and I will put you in this little drawing that we're going to do this and do in just a minute, okay? And I'm trusting everybody will do that today, to do it now. Thank you, Michelle Voris. I got you. You're already in the kitty. So just looked at it this morning. And so sometimes there's technical issues, or maybe if you registered at the store, they might have accidentally registered you for the, because like Dawn Krishnaswamy, it shows in my back office that you have two virtuals. And I'm sure they meant to do one of each, right? So we just have to get that taken care of. So I'm honoring that. Okay. So anyway, with that, let's see, we've got Sharon LaBraca, Jamie. I mean, I want everyone that was there that wants to share, please. And so if you guys can hang on a little bit longer, please do for this call. It's really important. Yes.
So here's the thing for me that I found really fascinating is that no matter what level of leadership a person is at, they have doubts about how they're doing or whether they're doing the best that they can. And we all have a monkey on our backs that we have to fight through to get to where we want to go, especially in this business. And so I listened to leaders and doctors because as a healthcare practitioner, that's the session I went to. Which I could spit myself into, which I kind of did with Jennifer. So we strategized with learning about the compensation plan and I'm a science geek, so I want to know and explain to people why this is so important on so many levels. And so that was a big takeaway. It made me want to step into leadership because, of course, that's something that I struggle with. What are the things that I can do to help my team? Because having a business as well and the different things that people struggle with, single mothers with, 3 children, and making this kind of thing work. But I shared with Marisa that in the medical portion, they talked about Dr. Dundee gave an amazing speech, looking at the timeline of activation and when LifeVantage started. And now, guys, if you see on social media and everywhere, thank God we're becoming a more awake and aware, of functional and cellular science and how that is the route to go for longevity and prevention of disease and maintenance of health. But he talks about these books, and there were these 3 books, 3 or 4 books that Good Energy, and I intend to read them. But a lot of these books, even a lot of these biohackers that are rising on social media, a lot of what they're saying, LifeVantage has already had it. It's already done. They're talking about patching up the system. They're talking about, and it's all good. All of it's good. I'm not saying it's bad, but at the core of any of this is your cells have to be able to rise to the cause. And with this protandem thing, I keep getting fascinated at, initially, they really tiered the product to 3 genes, right? The superoxide dismutase, glutathione, and the other one that I can't remember right now, and the NRF2 pathways. But they just, huh?
Catalase.
Catalase, that's right. And but now they're discovering, I listened to I think it was a geneticist talk about the other genes, 600 of them, and he looked at just a few of them and what Protandim was doing to upregulate these genes that we don't even know about. At Global, they talked about, initially when they launched the GLP-1, it was a 140% increase in GLP-1 receptors. Now it's 200%. I mean, and I know people are having hiccups, for example, in their path and the route that they're taking for weight loss. But it's really important to kind of say, hey, I know maybe you're kind of stuck, but it's doing so much more that is really necessary and the foundation for everything else. Because, okay, so let's say you stop what happens? You go back to being how you were, and so you could go on a synthetic, but that's temporary. You gain back the weight. So it's really crucial to integrate these products into your baseline, not only for intentional conscious symptoms that we want gone, but to understand the longevity of what we're trying to achieve with the body. Anyway, I could go on, but I was super excited to see everybody there, and I can just vomit words and encouragement.
I'm gonna ask you one question, a little off track. If people are say all of a sudden my weight loss is stalled when they're on the GLP-1, what do you say?
Well, to tell you the truth, so because I have a weight loss program, it depends on how stressed they are about it. I'll pop them onto a synthetic for a little bit, but tell them, please keep this because I still want you to upregulate. Let's see if we can push you. Look at other things. You know, it might be hormones, it might be your gut. We might need to just do deeper probing. Let's add in, you know, we add red light therapy, you know, we add NAD, and I tell them about now the NAD boosters. But when you're doing anything natural, it takes a longer time. And as a society, we want it yesterday. So in order to keep people engaged, I feel that I need to give them something that they're going to either feel or see so that they can stick with the plan and eventually just peel them back. But you know, I pretty much say you need medical. If your intention is weight loss and this product you're stalled, then go and get medical weight loss. So that way you can get that exploration.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
can
Thanks,
add
Sharon.
something to that, Marisa, because I specifically talked to Lisa Barnes and I specifically talked to Robin also, and she echoed a lot of what you said, Sharon, with the hormonal balance in the gut. But I was specifically asking Lisa and Julie Boyster what to do with several people that I have that have gotten off of the Mind Body GLP-1 because they weren't having the results that they wanted and they were gaining weight. And honestly, I lost weight and then I started to gain. So this is what Lisa Barnes said. Start with 1 scoop of the Enhance and let your body adjust to that. Then add 2 and let your body adjust to that and gradually work your way up to the full dosage. So, you know, everybody's gut is different and what's going on and hormonally and all of that. So we just have to be patient with the process, but to know that it's upregulating GLP-1 by 200%, I mean, come on, that's huge. So I just thought I'd
It
share
is.
that.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Okay. So anyone else that has not shared that was brand new, and then anyone else who wants to share from Global?
I'll share. Oh,
Yes.
so a little comment on the GLP-1. Also, if people are not making lifestyle changes, if they're still doing whatever they've been doing in the past, they're not going to lose the weight. My family's number one. So my sister, it's like, she's like, this isn't working. And she hasn't changed her lifestyle. She hasn't changed her eating habits. So that's the number one. That's what I like to tell people. My takeaway from convention, consistency is key. And what I also love about LifeVantage is the community. We can reach out to anybody, not just anybody on our team. We can reach out to anybody. And
Yes.
anybody is there to help us. So
Yes.
and I loved seeing people that I met in Kansas City at this last event. So
Thank you.
I love it all. And I'm going to really start focusing on bringing consultants in because I was only focused on customers.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be a little picky about my consultants. So as I've
Yes.
learned.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
We don't need everybody to do the business. We want qualified people. All right. Thank you. Jack, Captain Jack. And then we'll wrap this up. But I think Dirk wants to say something. So, because he's leaning over like that. So we'll go to Jack and Dirk.
Yeah,
And Barb.
Just Kelly, you were saying
If I have
before
to
how
drive
you
to
get-
Arizona with you to get you to college,
Yes,
Is that
you have to
taking
come
2
to
cars?
Arizona, Michelle. Go ahead.
Kelly, you were saying about getting emotional. That's a good thing. That means your passion is deep. I go to these conventions and you sit there and you listen and you get a little emotional because the passion is there. Don't lose the passion. the one comment I take away from this, somebody mentioned that people are willing to die for their family, do anything to, and even die for their family. And the question was, would you be willing to get healthy for your family? Which is something I'm going to start using, because I've had people say, oh, I can't, but I'll do anything for my family. If you ask them, would you do anything for your family? Yeah, I would die for my family. Would you get healthy for your family? That was a kind of a quote that I walked away with. And Sharon, you had brought up Dr. Dondi. That was an excellent presentation. And at the end, how he actually showed where LifeVantage has been on target for years with the technology and for getting healthy. And he showed on that target, we're in the bullseye, and all the other companies are still shooting, but they're not getting in the bullseye. They're aiming for the target. We're there already. Everybody else is trying to get there, and they're not hitting the target. If you can see that presentation or just that diagram, it's really helpful, because it's got me thinking, this is something I can show people that we're already there. Everybody's trying to, but we're there. And I guess the positive spin out of it, on my second flight flying back from Salt Lake City, I was speaking to a young man, and we got chatting about a lot of things. And I sort of pushed into the health thing, because his dad has a lot of arthritis and inflammation. And I spoke to him about my issues, and he said, wow, that might help my dad. And I said, it could help you. He's on a business trip, and he won't be back in the country till Thursday, but we have an appointment to talk as soon as he gets back.
Wonderful. Good
So
job,
that's where the
Jack.
passion is, Kelly.
Very good. Thank you for that share. That was and I wrote that quote down too. And I don't have my notes in front of me, so I don't remember who said it, but I absolutely loved that quote. Anyone would die for their family, but would you be willing to get healthy for your family? And
Yeah, that
you
was
know
it.
what?
Yeah.
Our kids are deserving of that. Our grandchildren, all of those things, they are deserving of that. It's our responsibility. Isa, and then Jackie, and then Mia, and then we'll wrap unless somebody else wants to go.
I just want to say thank you all for showing up on this call today and reminding me of things that I may have, not been at the forefront of my mind from convention. But, coming back from events like this, I know many of you have been on a retreat, at times, or different weekends away, a vacation. And you come back and there's a re-entry, right? You're on a high, and then you're like, oh, I just saw my best friend, or I just saw so and so, and they're just kind of bringing me down about this. Just remember, guys, the energy that was there, plug into somebody, find new accountability partners, read your notes over, stay high energy. And I just want to say, like, the biggest thing that I came away with is, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. Someone said that. I don't even remember who, it doesn't matter. But we have to believe that we can do this. We have to believe, and I'm not saying believe in the products, because like Dr. Brimhall said, those aren't on trial. Believe in the business. I love what Billy said. I've heard many of you for the first time right here, for me, the first time hearing you speak about, I'm enrolling consultants, I'm looking for business builders. There are so many people looking for what we have, guys. So we know that everyone in that room, over 3,000 people, love the products, but they all showed up because they love the business as well, and it's done something for them. So I'm just so happy. If you weren't at convention, read the stories and share the stories that you're seeing people post about some that were there. So anyway, I love all of you guys, and I'm just so excited about Dallas, because I have a big goal. I have a big personal goal for that. And I know that for me to have that goal and that vision, my team is right along with me on that. So all of you are. So pick a goal, set it now, because October will be here before we know it.
Amen. Yep. Thank you, Isa. That was wonderful. And congratulations to Isa, who walked the stage, who shared not a word wasted. Her speech is beautiful. I'm going to be posting it on my story as well. And Isa posted some yesterday. Give her some love. But I put myself out there too. I'm like, I just posted my little speech, and you have to like get uncomfortable to get comfortable. But I know that I spoke from my heart, right? And Isa, you spoke from your heart. It was just so beautiful. Thank you and congratulations. Yeah, I know you have a big goal. I know. Thank you for keeping me in the loop of that too. And that's important, you guys. You're working with somebody. You got to reach out and say, this is what I want. This is my goal. This is my 90-day goal. Okay. Jackie.
Thank you so much. So yeah, the conference was incredible. And I think that all of you have said all snippets of different things that I wanted to share. So I won't go rehash that. But I think the biggest lesson for me was when I was standing and talking to Tyler Daniels. And he said to me, and because I've been in the business 11 years, and my problem has been, it's not a problem, but I focus on trying to find, you know, people to share the product with because that's where I was comfortable. And he just turned to me. He goes, you going to build a business or are you looking to sell a product? And so I wound up going to his comp plan instead of the science, which is the first
time. Oh my gosh, Jackie! That's huge for you.
So I didn't go to that meeting and I'm kicking myself, but I'm going to watch Shauna Loggy posted a really big segment on her Facebook page with Dr. Dawn D. Nettles sharing some of that. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch that. But yeah, it's time. And lo and behold, on the flight home, a nurse sat next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got 3 kids and she does IV infusion. So we just started talking, bonding. I sent her the ABC. I told her we'll talk on Tuesday. I'm hoping to get her to a meeting on Wednesday or Tuesday night if she can work her schedule.
Wonderful.
But her husband's a dentist in solo practice. So there's a lot of good potential there.
Fantastic, Jackie. Good job.
And, never give up. Like, Jennifer Bishop told me it took 14 and a half years for her to be EC1. So
yeah, for sure. That's beautiful. And I don't want to cut you off. I want to keep this within the hour. And Mia, you got to share. And I think Jolene, and I want to do the drawing. So I want you to stay on. Okay. I want to do the drawing for that. And I'll say the names out loud. And then if I left somebody out, you got to let me know. Okay. Mia, real quick.
Yeah, I just want to say, it was just such a big deal throughout the whole convention, the theme of revisiting your why and really being in touch with that, because that is the thing that's going to drive your daily habits.
Yep.
And it's those daily habits that we align ourselves with that are going to create what we are really here for, what we want this business to be for us and those that we love and care about and those that we haven't met yet. I mean, are we thinking big enough, and it was that whole Rachel Picard thing about, are we leading like someone in the passenger seat or are we driving our car? That whole theme that has been, so anyway, just when she mentioned that going into the GLP-1 launch, that she had 400 leads that turned into 69 enrollments. I mean, it's like, we have to think bigger. We have to get out of our way. And then I just wanted to say, Marisa and Isa, both, you were so beautiful on stage when you were being recognized. You touched our hearts and it was very, very powerful. So love you. Both.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Who else was it? Barb and Jamie wanted to talk too.
So I was gonna say, I've been to a lot of conventions and I've heard it said here, just the camaraderie and the whole feeling you get from the conventions are great. And you hear a lot of the same things over and over again. You hear them, but each time you go, you hear them differently. They resonate to you differently. And I've been very not been very good at sharing the business part. So I went to Tyler Daniels. I learned a lot more. And you see the breadth of what you have available, and being able to explain it is going to make it so much easier. The other thing I want to say is the side conversations are fantastic. We met, Jamie and I met that Charlene from Scotland, who we've been seeing posts on her results, and then to meet her and talk to her. And now, Jamie's like, can we be friends? She brings out the phone. So we're all Facebook friends. So we're sharing results. You learn so much from the people that you meet there.
Yes.
So the side conversations are just, they're gold.
That's the fuel. That too is the fuel that fills up your tank and really builds your businesses. So events build your businesses, they build leaders. Thank you, Barb. That was great. Jamie, my farm girl, playing with social media. Just such a
Yeah.
beautiful soul. That's Jamie is the daughter of Barb, by the way, for those that don't know.
Yeah. Events are amazing. You are not the same person walking into those doors as you are walking out. Your energy is completely changed from the testimonies to all the people talking. Your energy is going to be different walking out of those doors. And even when Mom and I got in an Uber trying to go to the airport, our Uber driver just started telling us all this deep information about her health history. And it's like, you need this. And so it opened up that door to talk to her about it. And just my biggest thing is like, try to get out of your own way. It's not about you, it's about everybody else. And try to just get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and just stop playing so small. Share the business, share the products too, get the customers, but share the business and build, because gosh, it's just so fun being around all of you. And I want that for everybody else. I want them to be consultants and to, enjoy it like we do. And there's so much growth as a person in this business. And I want everybody to just enjoy that and experience that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jamie. Dirk, I'm sorry. Dirk.
Okay.
So happy for you. You're there.
You will notice that I didn't have my hand up. She volunteered me. So let's see. I've gone to a number of these now. At this point, I don't go to learn how to do the business. I really don't. We've got so much material available to us. If you just start at the One Person Big Difference website and go from top to bottom, everything that you need to do the business is there for you to learn. I go to these things to connect to the people that are there. Yeah, and we've heard a lot of that again today. But so before I moved back to Phoenix, I was at a big law firm. And when I was at that firm, there were, hundreds of people there, and I was working my ass off. And the people above me didn't know who I was and wouldn't give me the time of day. I was just somebody slugging away, busting my ass so that they could get rich. At this thing, I sit down with people like Tyler and Marcel, and even though they're not making money directly off of me, they're happy to sit and share with me how to do what they're doing. And it is such a different world to be in for me. So I go to do that because that's what really keeps me coming back. It's the people and the fact that they're there for me just regardless. Obviously there was, going to Tyler's thing. That was the first time I'd skipped the medical meeting as well. I usually go to medical, but this time I wanted to see what Tyler had to say. And if I had to pull one thing out of what he said, it was just keep it simple. I mean, we make it so complicated, and we don't have to. You just keep it simple. Don't try and explain everything. There's way too much detail here. Show them a little bit. They'll learn more as they go.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Thanks, Dirk. And I'm
Thanks
so
for
happy.
volunteering me.
Yeah, no, and wow, the fact that you, the epiphany I see is several of you who would normally go to the science went to the comp plan, went to be a business builder. Now, like, you got to share the business. If the perfect opportunity were to come your way, it would now be a good time to take a look. I'm part of something really big. Love to share that with you. Let's set up a time. Do not go into the details then. Set up a time. When you're inviting someone, you're inviting to make an appointment so that you can give the information. Think of it, if you have this huge storefront that you're going to sell, you're going to want to have your business partner with you, right? And you're going to want to set an intentional meeting. That's what it is. So your posture is also super important. Great. Dawn, I know you had shared a little bit on this call, but if you wanted to do a little takeaway, I don't know if you have that, if you would like to do that. And then
Don, me?
And Anna and Lauren. Yeah, and then Jolene.
You talking about me, Don?
I didn't want to pass you up. If you don't have anything to say, don't worry about it.
No. I do. I always have something to say. So I kind of have a requirement for myself It's something I can't force, but I want to be sure it happens at some point during the convention, which is to get emotional and have some tears. Because when you, for me, I'm speaking for me, when I stop having that, then I've stopped believing and stopped having the passion. And it happened for me. Every convention, there's something that happens that brings that forward in me. I don't need to talk about specifically what it was, but every single time there's something that just shows me the deep inside, even when at times I'm not able to work this as dedicatedly as I'd like to. The passion is very much still there, and I'm so grateful for that. The other thing that spoke to me just all over the place is, and you can put whatever word in that works for you, but what are you putting first in your business? Are you putting God first, or are you putting you first and your effort that's completely all you and doesn't have some higher source? Are we putting that higher source first in our business, whatever that is for you? And that just resonated for me so many times, it seems like over the weekend. So
Amen to that. Yes, you got to have something higher than yourself. Otherwise, it's a lonely road, right? Thank you. That was great. Um, Mark was there, Anna was there, and Jolene, I'm saving you for last. Okay. All right. So Anna and Lauren, let's go to you, or Anna and Felicia.
Kalisha, yes.
Felicia, sorry. I
She
knew
actually.
I knew that, Felicia.
Well, I'm just excited. I'm kind of like Dirk. I go to be part of the community because, and Marisa, you too, we go to continue to learn, but we've been doing this since 2000, oh my gosh, 16.
Yeah.
So we have learned all these things. And I think 5 of my favorite principles I wanted to share here that I love that they touched on today is do what you say you will do. And I think that's just huge in all of life, but especially in this business, give 15 presentations per month. I like setting that goal and, do more if we can, but that can be meetings, one-on-ones, getting someone on the phone or, any of that. Tell the whole story from the ABC. I think that's really important not to forget that. Your why, the whole story. Attend all events and stay in control of your business. And I think that's just really important to do that. And something that I love through all this is I bring my family because, in the beginning it was just hard to find babysitters, so it was easier to bring them. But one of my favorite things today is when Caroline, my 16-year-old, got to school, she texted me and just told me, Mom, I want to start a 21-day no sugar. Will you do it with me? And, and that was just kind of what she took away coming back. And I love that we're promoting and teaching health, and of course the business, and we get to be with each other and see each other, and it's a big reunion and we get to learn and lift each other up. The positivity is huge. And, Kalisha brought her friend from college, so we're spreading the health over there at the colleges, drinking Axio instead of Monsters and sodas and all that. And Caroline corrects everybody when they call it an energy drink and calls it a brain food, the Axio. So it's just neat to be grown up in a healthy world where your kids are encouraging you to do a 21-day no sugar.
Amazing. Amazing.
I don't know what's in this, but I was like, oh.
Well, I love about just the community that we have with LifeVantage. It's just given me the confidence to be
Hey,
able to
when
talk
Grandpa and Grandma here, I'll
to
be gone for
people.
a couple hours.
Okay, Michelle, I keep muting you. Sorry, honey. Okay. Go ahead.
And we can take that community and the things that we've learned throughout the rest of our lives and to different things that we do where we're leaders in other aspects of our life and our family life and our friends. And I think that's very important. And for me, it is a strength to have the LifeVantage family and to have people to look up to.
Oh, oh my gosh.
He's grown up in LifeVantage, and then we get to bring our friends Doug and everyone with us and Dirk, and we love you guys. And the roles, I don't think Janice and David are on here, but those are Doug's family. I started today. I'm an official representative of Christ, and I just started my 18-month mission today.
Oh, beautiful, sweetie.
I
love you, Felicia.
She flies off to Europe next week, but she's starting her training today on the computer with her team.
Oh, what a beautiful, Kalisha, you are just such an angel. and you have wonderful parents and family, and you are the type of young person in this world today that this world needs, to share your light and be that light. So keep doing it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Life Manage though for teaching us the light. I know that sounds, we get the light of Christ and things, you know, but coming in and to a company who helps us build confidence and helps.
Well, you see what the light of Christ everywhere when you search for it.
Thank you.
We love
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, beautiful. Love you so much. I think Sean Johnson had to get off, but Mark Johnson, Sean's dad, he always says when he's introduced, I'm Sean's dad. That's it. He's so much more. We always call Mark the good father of Life Vantage. So, my dear friend, Mark, did you just want to say like a minute worth of anything if you can? Because I know this was a challenging time for you with your mom's ailing health.
Well, I would just say you just can't miss events, you know. It's like a giant reunion for me. It fills you up in so many other ways, so far beyond Life Vantage, you know. It's always a highlight because I get to see Lauren and Anna's kids. They come running up and give me a hug, and it's just so great. But my big takeaways for me personally is, you know, Sean now wants to run for the trip. So does Kelly. So does Rachel. Which means that I have to figure out how to get really engaged and moving. And so my big takeaway, besides Tyler, I get so much out of Tyler. So I'm going back to my 5 and 10 minute business presentations, but because I can squeeze those in. But for me, it's, you know, you have to have the consistency if you're going to build. And of course, that's been a challenge for me with everything going on. So I just haven't done it. So, but I came away with, it's got to be consistency. So for me, it's got to be planned. So that's my big challenge, is plan consistency so that I hopefully follow through. I don't want to let them down. So I know that that's my biggest role. I love helping and serving people. And so that's my big takeaway. So that, and seeing everybody, it's always just such a great thing. So get inspired.
Wonderful.
There's my 1 minute.
Thank you, Mark. That was great. Now we're going to do a drawing. Everybody a complete here. I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay. I'm going to I'm going to say the names. So this is what and so if I've missed somebody, let me know and I'll put you in here. Jack, got Captain Jack. You're going to go in the sound bowl. Sean Johnson. Mark Johnson. Lydia. Oh, Jolene, talk while hang on. I'm gonna let you finish in just a second. Let me get these names in and then we'll go to you before I do the drawing. Jolene. Oh, Lydia again. Nope, I can't put you in twice. See, I didn't forget you. Danny Osada, she did register for the virtual and she's in Canada, so they will have another event there. Desi, got you in. Marissa, Mia, the M&Ms. Billy, Issa, Tammy, Angel, Amy Snyder, and Kelly. Who else am I missing?
Me. Missing me. Marissa.
Dawn. No, I did Marissa.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Michelle Voris.
And Michelle Voris. I
And
did.
Dawn. You didn't say my name though.
Krishnaswamy.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So I got Michelle. Hold on. Putting you in here. And Dawn Krishnaswamy.
And Tina.
And Barb Mishler.
I thought I put them in here today. Okay, maybe I left those on there on the other table. Barb. Okay, so hold on. Barb, Michelle, Dawn, and
Tina. Marissa bought two tickets by accident. I'm going to buy one off of her.
Gotcha. Okay, so let me add those in there.
Jennifer.
And Jennifer. And you guys are registered for both, right?
Registered for both. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Marisa, I'm in there as well. Dirk.
Did
Dirk.
I call your name?
Nope.
What?
I know.
All right, hold on. I'm making sure everybody gets it. Okay. I'm glad I'm doing it this way. Good. Jeez Louise. Okay, Dirk,
Yepers.
your name. Well, I gotta go this way. Okay, hold on. I put him in. Jennifer, hold on. Tina, folding them all the same. Barb, Dawn, Michelle Voris, I wish I had somebody. Well, I do have Scott. Do you want him to come here and pick it, or do you want me to just pick it?
No matter.
Okay. I'm stirring the pot. Anybody else I need before? Okay. Here we
Got
go.
me in there, right? Yep.
I got you in there. All right. Do 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 do. Amy Snyder. Woo! Woohoo! Okay, I'll be sending you one of these in the mail. Text me your address, love. Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
it's super good. So yes, I just want to end this with thanks for being on long time today. I appreciate you guys. I know it's the first and third Mondays of the month, but when we have a big thing like this, we had to do this. Be sure you're on the One Person Big Difference team call tonight. Be sure you're on the SC or MC calls tonight. I'm actually doing the MC call, and but I appreciate you being on for this long. First and third Mondays, but so that'll be next Monday. This is the end of the month. Make sure you're where you want to be. Be intentional today. Really take some time with LifeVantage and just really focus and get clear. Reach out. Yesterday, I made the blood orange and the tiger's blood, and it's so funny because I spilled some and it got on my hands and it was like veins. It looks like blood. And it was funny. But anyway, I went to the Buddha Bella Bazaar yesterday. So, be intentional with what you have learned at Global and put it in action. I was exhausted, but I set up a pop-up yesterday and I got 2 new Healthy Glow Stack customers. And these 2 people, I think, they are definitely qualified to do the business. I will wait, and just, I'm planting the seed. I'm actually going to invite them to tomorrow night. Hadn't had a chance yet. But it's important that we're getting out there. Find ways to be creative, build a community event at your home or go to something. Um, you know, you can create things that are fun. You might have a Saturday a walking party, a health and wellness walking party where you're inviting people to come over and you take a walk together. And then you come learn about a beautiful business and a company that's all about health and an opportunity and have a potluck. Just make it fun. Right? Be creative, but do something. Each and every one of you, do something. We're here to partner with you. We're here to support you. I will cancel my eyelash appointment, I promise, and I'll be there. So Kelly, I'm coming to your meeting. So, all right, you guys, take care, and thank you again for being on this call. Just